I confess I masturbated using a mustache attachment on my vibrator last night. That's so fucking hipster.
This podcast is intended for those 18 and over. If that's not you, please come back when you are of age. This podcast is sponsored by SexyDeliciousThings.com, a 25 and over erotic social network dedicated to the art of individual sexual expression. Sexy D provides a play space for people to celebrate their inner perv, share erotic pictures, videos, and stories with other like-minded sexy friends. Join us to connect, share, and celebrate all things sexy and delicious. 3 months free membership when you use the coupon code BEDPOST at SexyDeliciousThings.com. Thank you for listening to the BedPost Confessions podcast. BedPost Confessions is an Austin-based live storytelling series featuring smart, sexy stories. Between performers, we ask audience members to anonymously submit anything worthy of a confession, which is then read aloud by one of our producers. The performance you're about to hear was recorded on May 15th, 2014. Mia Martina will share a true story about a massage that got a little happy. Here is Mia.
If you know me, you know my headache. My headache and I have been together for over a decade. As with most relationships, I have had to realize that my headache won't change. There's no fix, no cure, just acceptance, love, and risk aversion. I provide my headache with preventive measures, yoga, chiropractic adjustments, caffeine, and alcohol, because what can give you a headache can also take it away. Then about 5 years into our relationship, my headache got bored and asked for an open relationship with TMJ. You know, teeth grinding and clenching. Yeah, love struck and there was no going back. The headache and TMJ are in it to win it. I had to step up my game and keep up with all the new relationship energy and got fitted for a mouth guard, which is just about the sexiest thing that you can bring to bed. And I bumped up all preventive measures like getting regular massages. Now, I've always been a bit of a massage junkie who takes every massage opportunity possible, from strangers in bars, therapists in trainings, friends who just rub your back for a second, and I just plead, don't stop. Even at a sex party, when I was massaged by a sexy, buff couple, I kept trying to get them to work on my tense muscles more than my sexy ones. Okay, but I'm not made of wood, people. I recognize the jolt of erotic electricity that can get unlocked, especially when one works on my thighs. Oh, my thighs. Fuck, that is good. At this point in the massage, I might have a fleeting fantasy about having sex with a massage therapist. But it is fleeting. I respect the work of massage therapists and support their work to be recognized as therapists, not as sex workers. And I support the right and recognition of sex workers. I recognize how, as a massage therapist, it might be strange to know that your client is possibly fantasizing about you. I had a sex podcast and produced a show on sex. I get it. So unless I'm frequenting a sex worker, I keep my fantasies out of the massage room because really I'm focused on relief, not sex. Now, this separation of therapy and sex was tested when I sought out an abdominal massage to get my uterus back in her optimal place post-pregnancy. This was the most intimate massage I have ever received, with the woman's hand diving off my pubic bone across my belly and landing at my belly button. Now, when I'm saying pubic bone, I am talking like a few millimeters from my clit. Her fingertips... Yeah, right there. Her fingertips, tangled in my pubic hair, was her starting point before she literally retrained my organs to rest in a different place. She even taught me how to give the massage myself. Slick with castor oil, my fingertips under her fingertips at the crest of my pubic bone, an image of that god-awful movie Ghost with Patrick Swayze and Demi Moore and that fucking pottery wheel, that comes to mind. So like that, she showed me the way. And even after this oil-based tutelage and the pelvic discussion, complete with a fabric model, even after her blushing recommendation that orgasm can loosen the pelvic fibers and allow my uterus to turn back to center, even after all of that, I did not want our relationship to be anything other than professional. I was in the hands of the divine sisterhood, and I needed the nurturing she offered. Anyway, in Austin, I have an arsenal of massage therapists, yoga instructors, healers, and chiropractors at the ready. But I am no pop star who can travel with a team of healers. So when traveling, I have to suss out who I think will give a good treatment. Too many times, I have found myself in an overpriced boutique getting massaged by jelly wrists and offering a bravado of how they will fix me. If I can find it, the Chinese acupressure massage is my jam. When I lived on the edge of Chinatown in Manhattan, I would visit this place simply called Back Foot Rub about once a week. It was a walk-in place where you undressed to your lightest layer, and you were only 6 inches apart from the person next to you. The massage therapist would banter throughout the rub down, which I, more often than not, had to enter my subspace because it hurt so fucking much. So fucking good. So, recently, I was in Richmond, Virginia on a return trip from an overwhelming trip to New York City. My husband, son, and I were staying with family for a few days before returning to Austin. Staying with family meant that I had kid coverage and could sneak out alone during the day. It had been a taxing trip, and I was operating on only a few hours of sleep, downing more espressos than normal at day and martinis at night. And actually, I mean, that sounds pretty great. Except for the crazy toddler that I was caring for 24/7 and the headache that had been raging for days. I was in need of some serious help. And because Richmond is more of an upper crust kind of town, I had to research a massage place that would deliver more than fluffy towels and waterscapes, which is how I came to choose Asian Spa Massage, which specializes in acupressure. Now, despite having spa in the name, Asian Spa Massage was hardly a spa. It reminds me of the rundown places I used to frequent in New York. An old sodden couch, disproportionately large and empty fish tank in need of cleaning, heavy purple drapes, and a hallway of near see-through rice paper doors. Except in New York, it was flimsy curtains if curtains divided the space at all. I paid my $60 cash for an hour, and I'm directed to a room lit with fake candles, lined with economy bottles of generic body lotion, and playing the tingy music I have grown to love. I'm feeling good about my choice in frequenting the Asian Spa Massage. I'm back in the sacred brethren of Chinese healer who have taken such good care of me in the past. Then, alone in the room undressing, I see an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper framed, hanging from the wall that reads, "Our staff are professionals that will provide a professional massage. Inappropriate behavior will not be tolerated. No special services. No sex acts of any kind in this facility. Please do not ask. It is illegal, and we will not do anything that is against the law. We reserve the right to immediately terminate the massage. We will ask you to leave if we are forced with this situation. Thank you for your cooperation and understanding." I am a massage clientele aficionado, and I have never come across a sign like this one. "I think she doth protest too much." All these no's seem to be saying yes. Who said anything about special massage services? I didn't. Why are you telling me that? What is actually being said here? I carry on this conversation with the sign in my head. Am I about to get fucked? Or is this some racist Virginia bullshit where non-whites have to make the professional boundary very clear? To help stage the boundaries, I keep my knickers on. At first touch, the massage therapist pulls at my waistband of my panties and asks if I will remove them. No, I'll keep them on, I tell her. Okay, she rips my panties past my bottom. So, would you work in this area? I lift out of the headrest and motion to my neck and shoulders. Okay, she says in a slightly dismissive way, letting me know that I am on her table and she knows what to do. I like it when a therapist gets bossy. Less chat, more pain. Fucking bring it. Elbow to the shoulder. Show me the pain. And she did for about 10 minutes. Then, after her acknowledgement of how tense my shoulders are, she asks if I will tip her. Talking of tipping during a service seems in bad form, and I don't know what to say. I am quiet again until she asks again. Yeah, I will tip. My voice hesitant and kind of annoyed. Now, in the retelling of this story, I realize this is the key detail that will change the direction of our time together. Of all the thousands of massages I have received, I have never been asked about tipping. However, in the moment, I don't see it as such. I'm confused. I want my headache to be put at ease. I don't want to talk about how tense I am or how much I would tip. You know, of course I will fucking tip. But show me what you got, girl. Make me hurt. After I acknowledge that I will tip, but not in an overly enthusiastic, big spender kind of way, the massage moves forward, shifting from focus from my neck to my lower back, my waist, hips, and ass. Her hands graze the sides of my breasts, the overall tenor of her touch becoming more sensual. I recall two friends telling me of the gay wax shack that I happened to be living next to during my time in New York. The place is not advertised as such, but during the massage, the masseur's hard-on pressed against Scott, and this confused him. Scott asked Tim to scope the place out, and Tim later reported, yeah, if you don't wear underwear, when you turn on your back, they jerk you off. As a sex-positive feminist, I support massage therapists being massage therapists, sex workers being sex workers, and people seeking consensual pleasure in a variety of forms. I wasn't shocked that my friend received a happy ending. I was shocked that the line between massage and sex was blurred by the masseur rubbing his boner on my friend who was expecting a regular old non-boner massage. This is confusing territory to negotiate. If the masseur's chubby and the accessibility to the client's boner drives the exchange of the massage to become sexual, how does a lady boner get translated? I mean, would the masseur even jerk a lady off? Coincidentally, again in New York, two of my lady friends had unknowingly frequented a rub and tug. They were not offered special services, but felt unsettled by the continued questioning. How did you hear about this place? Later, the waiting area filled with more Maxim than Us Weekly, the mouthwash in the bathroom, and the weak massage all made sense when reading the Yelp reviews. Ask for Michelle. She has small hands. Makes your cock look even larger. The thought percolates. If offered a happy ending, would I take it? With only roughly 3 sentences exchanged with one another, I have barely registered an attraction level to this woman. But does that matter? Isn't getting jerked off by a stranger that you may or may not be attracted to the turn on? Am I even clear if getting a special service is in the offering? I keep tally of the signals. Frame sign in the room, no. Note of tipping, unclear. Request for panty removal, yes. Dry, calloused hands, unclear. Does she give a lot of hand jobs or have eczema? How would she even get me off? An arc to my lower back, a moan, and my man knows how to adjust his moves. He knows I am coming by my pulse, but not this woman. I have just walked into her parlor, laid under a towel made heavy and wet by days, weeks, months. How often do they wash these towels? Filled with cheap lotion and body fluids. The disgust makes me want to run. The thrill leads me to tell her, you can take those off. I lift my hips to assist with the removal. She flings my panties like a rubber band, shot to taunt her younger brother from across the dining room table. The sign said not to even ask, so other than giving consent to having my panties removed, which she wanted off from the beginning, I don't mention anything else. I am on her table. She is the professional. She will take me down the path of a happy ending if that is where we are going. I recall another friend who told me of a massage therapist inquiring if she liked movies with a happy or sad ending. My friend didn't take the bait, and I wouldn't normally, but now that the seed is planted, I want in. If this is a rub and tug, I want to get rubbed. Fuck healing the headache. I wanted to know what this experience is like. With my panties off, the tension in my shoulder is never addressed again. The towel no longer covers any part of my body. I am naked and splayed out for her use. Still on my belly, she positions my leg in a flat dog peeing on a fire hydrant position so that I'm glad that you can do that because I cannot do that right now. My foot is touching my ass. She massages the innermost portion of my thigh. I most certainly did not tell her that I carry my tension at the skin fold of leg to ass to pelvis. But here we are. I could redirect her tension out of this area, but I want to see where she's taking me. She kneads and folds and invokes desire in me. I make a feeble attempt to reset my crumbling composure by clearing my throat, swallowing to clear my cotton mouth, and exhaling deeply to slow down my pulse. Touch me, I pant silently. However she moves me, she has a clearer view of my pussy. She even rotates and tucks my inner thigh flesh meat so that my thighs are not touching each other. She rubs and rubs my ass curve, the part that my friend calls inserting shelf when doing leg lifts. Now, this is not the elbow to the glutes made painful that I've experienced before. This is tender caressing. Her palm cups my ass and her fingertips ever so slightly graze my labia. I am getting so wet from touch and anticipation that I hear my pussy juice fall onto the table in a ding. Touch me, I beg desperately in my head. Then, with an unceremonious, okay, and a pat on the back, she leaves the room. Is this massage over? Is she getting a hot towel to wipe me down or another person to finish me off? Or am I supposed to finish myself off? I lift my head up, and in doing so, my pelvis bone tilts onto the table, and I swear to God I come a little. I slide a hand down. Yep, this is my wet, not massage oil. The tease of being fucked for almost an hour broke me. I am a sloppy, pathetic mess of wanting, and my juices are dripping onto her bench. She led me here. Similar to the massage therapist pressing his boner onto my friend. But where are we going from here? She hadn't yet asked me to turn on my back, so there is still time for the transaction to change. That's when shit went down, right? When she spots my lady boner, asks if I like a movie with a sad or a happy ending, when her fingers graze ever so slightly more into a territory that she's become intimate with and waits for my reaction. At this point, it won't take much. I think if she laid one finger on my clit, I would shudder to orgasm. But what if it was one of those times that orgasm wasn't so quick? I could see her snapping at the metaphorical chewing gum, asking, when is this motherfucker gonna get off? How much time is left for a happy ending? 5 minutes? 15 minutes? I mean, you tease me like that for upwards of 45, and I'm just gonna put it out there that I just need 2. And 3 minutes is how long she left me there on my belly, alone. Upon her return, she repositions me to my back, and her massage continues in the same sensual direction. The legs, especially the inner thighs, my arms around my breast and my belly, but with a small towel on top, the towel indicating a boundary back in place. And as quickly as things escalated, they de-escalated. Her arm work begins to wind down, and she cups my skin to signal the end. She cups her palms over my ears and says something to the effect of, you will finish yourself off, yes? With no clocks in the room to indicate where we are in the hour, and still looking to be the model patron and follow the rules, I did what any good horny feminist would do. I thanked my massage therapist for her time, tipped her like she had gotten me off, returned home to get myself off, popped some painkillers to simmer the love between the headache and the TMJ, had an espresso, and searched for another massage therapist. Thank you.
Mia Martina is a lot of woman. She's a producer, a flipped literary lesbo, a performer, a smut podcaster, and a drunk squealer. She's game for s'morsing, down for dancing, and bonkers for blowjobs. She's a loving wife, an energetic mom, and a beautiful, bodacious bombshell. She's an unstoppable blonde momshell, especially if she's holding a clipboard and a shot of tequila. BedPost Confessions is produced by Mia Martina of MiaOnTop.com, Julie Gillis of JulieGillis.com, and Sadie Smythe of That'sWhatSadieSaid.com, and managed by myself, Sarah Henry of O. Henry Events. Podcast audio production by Ian Danskin at InnuendoStudios.com. You can find links to all of our websites and more information about BedPost Confessions at BedPostConfessions.com. You can also confess with us at BedPost Confessions on Facebook and BedPost Confessions on Twitter, where we tweet audience confessions. Chime in and add yours. And don't forget the special offer from Sexy Delicious Things. 3 months free membership to the erotic social networking site when you use the coupon code BEDPOST. Until next time, we leave you with a few other confessions from the audience.
I confess, the most amazing lesbian sex I had was across the street in the back of my car. I squirted everywhere while a homeless man cleaned my car.
No, that did not happen.
And now you get to come down here once a month to...
I confess one of my primary goals in life is to find a partner that can make me come as hard as I can make myself come. The search continues.
I suspect that that's a search a lot of people are on. I confess, my boyfriend picked me up at the airport after 3 months apart. Naturally, on the drive home, I went down on him. I was expecting to swallow, but because of all of the pent-up frustration, he pumped about a pint of semen into my mouth. I hastily spat it out the window, and it flew outside in a congealed, globulous ball, and then back inside the car and splattered all over my face.